Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video where, as you can see, I have the new to me, Daily Bugle set. This set is pretty big. As you can see, there's 3,772 pieces, and it's an 18 plus set, and yeah, it's really good. I'm a fan of the set. So yeah, you can kind of see all the stuff in the background right now. Sorry, I'm just kind of revitalizing all of my displays and stuff, trying to make a bigger, better looking display. But yeah, let's actually get into the bulk of it. Let's get rid of that. Let's go down here. And actually, let's start out with, what I always start out with, minifigures. Let me pull these minifigures off down here. We can put them back when we're done. So we'll go minifigures first, and then like side builds. And yeah, that'll be how I do this. Alright, so for now, let's do all the civilian characters first. We pull out all these. This set is massive. It has 25 characters, so yeah, it's a honker. It's pretty honking big. Put all these over here. Actually, we can take a look at the really cool instruction booklets first. It says, take the Bugle Tower tour. Sorry, I have some issues with reading sometimes. Hey there, welcome to the new Daily Bugle Tower, the home of New York's most trusted news source. Ready for a quick tour? Head this way, and you can read the rest. I'm not going to read this whole time, because I'm sure no one wants to really hear. And it shows you lots of pictures, which I will be showing you. And then it actually shows you little blurbs for all the characters included, which I will be taking a look at. And I'll read up what it says when I'm actually reviewing the figure. So let's start out with the main man himself, Peter Parker. Alright, Peter Parker. What can I say about Peter Parker? Well, this is Spider-Man, obviously. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty good for a Peter Parker minifigure. It's one of the few we have, and I don't mind it. Awesome print. I don't mind the face, obviously. It's not that bad. But I do like the new one we've gotten more. Overall, pretty basic figure, but I still like it. And his blurb says, Bugle photographer, and the guy behind that mask. Next, let's go Gwen Stacy. And yeah, this is, I believe, our first official Gwen Stacy figure. And that is crazy to me. We haven't gotten one yet. She's like a big part of Spider-Man mythos. Now, we get her and Ghost Spider, actually, which is really weird to me that we get them, but we don't get a Miles minifigure. I hope we get an official Miles minifigure before too long. This says, her blurb says, Peter's college crush and Ghost Spider alias. She has, I think that's just a Ray face. Now, I don't think any of these parts are new, but, I think it's good enough to be a Gwen. Let's go next to the sweet old lady herself, Aunt May. Her blurb says, Peter Parker's loving and unexpected auntie. Now, she comes with a plate of wheat cakes, but there's not actually a wheat cake. That's just a cookie, I believe. So, yeah. She has, I believe this is a Harry Potter print. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, so I don't buy the Lego sets usually. So, yeah. She got a nice face print. I don't think there's been any new face prints for Miss May herself yet. Alright, next let's do all the actual named characters that are actual characters. Because there's 3 here that aren't really, I don't think, real characters. We'll go with that's not Robbie. I'm gonna grab Robbie. Next we got Robbie Robertson. He's a Bugle editor with a Spidey-shaped soft spot. is what his blurb says. And yeah, I love this Robbie figure. It's nice to get characters like this. I love getting characters from Spider-Man mythos. And just, you know, comic book characters that aren't too popular or really heroes themselves. Or major characters. I like getting the more human side of stuff. Next, let's go with Ben Eurek. His blurb says, Bugle reporter always first with the big stories. And yeah, I really like this figure. I mean, there's not a lot to say about it, about most of the civilian figures, but, you know, they all have really nice prints, and this one has a really nice face print. This is one of the few sets I might keep most figures together. Next, we got our girl, Betty motherfucking Brandt. Now, this set, her blurb says Bugle staff member and romantic interest of Peter. And I think her face is Monica's from the Friends sets, but I think it actually works pretty well for her. You can give her your stern look if you'd like to, or just the smiling look. Next, let's go JJJ himself, and everyone knows him. His blurb says he's the Grizzly Bugle editor with a Spider-Man grudge. And yeah, I think this is one of the few characters from the set that's a human, like a civilian that everyone knows. Next, we have these three characters. First up is Barney the cab driver, and I don't know if he's really a real character. He's mostly reused parts. He might be all reused parts, actually. Same with Amber Grant, which I wish they wouldn't have used the MJ face print, but, you know, I like getting that hat combo and a pair of those hands. And then the next one is Ron Barney. And yet again, I like getting more different, like, pieces. This isn't just a regular white man or white woman. I like getting more diverse characters, so that's nice. I'll definitely be taking this guy apart because I want to use his head for my Bloodsport custom. Alright, so those are all the civilians, and like I said, this set has actually got 25 figures in it. So next, let's do the villains. First off, we just got a Venom figure, which we've gotten Venom figures in the past, but now they're finally starting to use the neck attachment to give him tentacles, which is nice. And they're using this hand piece, grip piece, in black instead of clear, which is really nice. I really like this figure. It's nice to always get more Venom, although I hope we get a black suit Spider-Man soon. Next, let's go to one of my favorite figures of the set. I don't think he's exclusive, but I love this design for a Mysterio. You know, I'm a comics guy at heart, so getting the classic version over the MCU version is definitely good for me. Next, we've got Carnage, and I hope soon we get a different Carnage. Maybe that one from, when was it released? 2013, 2012? The S.H.I.E.L.D. set that had him, a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and Miles. I want that figure if we can't get a new figure. Because this one, it was nice the first couple times we got it. But I am sick of seeing the same Carnage figure. Next, let's go Green Goblin. Yeah, so these guys have older their faces. Except for I didn't show JJJ's. He has a webbed up face. But yeah, we got Green Goblin, Norman Osborn himself. I wish we could have got a Norman figure, too. Maybe omit those three civilians, one of those three civilians, and give us, like, you know, a Miles or a Harry or Norman. But yeah, this is a pretty nice figure. He actually has a glider that I will show you when I'm showing the building, because I have it assembled in the exploding glider fashion at the moment. Alright, next we've got my boy Sandman. And I don't think we quite get the Sinister Six here. I'll have to count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we do get the Sinister Six, actually. Not the original, but, you know. I'm a fan. I dropped my phone. phone. I'm so sorry, you guys. That was awful. Sorry, this is awful. I'm sorry. So we get this build that actually goes right here, I believe. And it looks like he's exploding out of the concrete, the sidewalk. And yeah, I like this build. I hate using the angry clone face for him. But I like getting this piece again. But yeah, I loved that original Sandman face from, I don't know when, but it was a lot nicer, and I liked the hair better. I liked getting different faces. I hate the angry clone face. But yeah, probably one of the weaker of this set, but still a nice inclusion for the build. And here's our main guy right here. Let me clear these idiots out. So yeah, we've got Dr. Otto Octavius himself, Doc Ock. He has a great print on him. And I guess I can show you the print for Sandman. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm excited about this set. I'm excited to make some really cool dioramas and stuff with it. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I love the way the tentacles are built up. I think this is the best way to build up these tentacles. They're so just unique and so cool. And they really fit his aesthetic. And then he's got, you know, these things. I don't know what you'd call them, but the tentacles come out of them. And then he's got a really nice face print. And there he is, an alternate face print where he looks a little bit more crazed. And yeah, this version of Doc is definitely heavily inspired by the Spider-Man PS4. Which, please let us get sets based off of that one day. Next, we'll go with one of my all-time favorite superheroes, because we're kind of out of this villain. So now we'll just go straight to superheroes. He comes with a web. Nice figure. Nice way to get him if you're getting this anyway and you don't want to get one of those shitty mech sets. This is a good way to get him. He's got really nice printing on the back and a really cool one of those hood pieces. And now for his better half in some continuities. She comes with, you know, just the same exact thing as him. And I think this is the same exact Ghost Spider we've gotten in the other sets besides those junior Spidey and His Amazing Friends sets. Only she has a different hood piece, which I don't really think this hood piece works for her. I much prefer the other hood piece, but, you know, she's still got a nice print. I was so excited when we first got her, and gotten her again. Now, to round out one of three of our Spider-Verse figures, we've got Peter Porker himself, Spider-Ham, half ham, half spider. And I haven't been reading their blurbs, but, you know, these characters, you kind of already know all of their blurbs. I just figured I'd read them mostly for the characters that are lesser known. But I really like the printing on him. I'll show all the blurbs, so if you want, you can read them up when I'm done. And I'm so happy that this figure came in the set, because I really didn't want to buy that Venomsaurus fucking set. That set was god-awful. And I don't have to get that for the Iron Spider, and I don't have to get it for him now. Which is good. Yep, overall, big fan of this. Definitely going to work that into a Spider-Verse display. Now, these are four exclusive figures to this set. Well, 5, actually. We've got, let me move for these guys real quick. Firestar, I believe. That's who I put down, Firestar. So she's just a mutant that can conjure fire, basically. And hopefully one day we'll get an official Iceman, so we can round out our Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I know people are excited about that. But she's got a great face print. And her torso printing is a little bit bland, but that's kind of just how she looks. So it would have been great to get gold molded boots, like always, but, you know, with the amount of figures, I don't mind it. Next, let's go with our blind hero himself, Matt Murdock, Daredevil. Love this figure. I'm a sucker for this figure. I wish we would have gotten the yellow and red figure, since I was kind of... That's more... I like that suit more. Plus, I've already got my own red custom, so that's just me. Now, let's go with the Vampire Slayer. I know I'm just kind of hitting these off fast because, you know, my phone's going to run out of storage space pretty soon. But, I mean, the back printing is really nice on all these guys. Like I said, Firestar is a little basic, but, you know, it's okay. We'll live with it, right, guys? We'll live with it. So, yeah. These are actually probably the best figures that I'm about to put out. Love finally getting Blade. I wish we would have gotten a more, you know, like, stern face for Blade, but I don't mind this face. I think this is a tremendous figure. Next, let's go to my second biggest draw for this set. Frank Castle himself, aka the Punisher. I'm so glad we finally got a Punisher. I'm going to be upgrading this guy with dual-molded arms, but that's the only thing I'm going to be adding to him. So yeah, this figure's awesome. We finally got an official Punisher, which is crazy to me, especially because Marvel just changed this because it's so controversial. Which I get, bad people rock it, but they don't know what the Punisher's about. So he's got great facial printings. I wish we would have gotten, instead of that smile, kind of wish we would have gotten like a stern face with no bandage, because I'm not a big fan of the bandage. It's just a little bit too cartoony for me. But I might use a different face for him anyway. I don't know yet. Definitely will be using a different hair. I'm not a big fan of the Widow's Peak hair on him. But, you know, for a comic accurate Punisher, yeah. It's just, even though I'm a big comic fan, you know, John Berthnall kind of is the Punisher for me now. Like, vision-wise. It's not perfect, but, you know. And now for the biggest reason I wanted this set, besides the building, of course, Felicia Hardy. One of my favorite Spider-Man characters of all time. She's amazing. I love her. She's got amazing printing. Oh, she got dual-molded legs. She's just great. She's perfect. Besides one thing. Why isn't there no skin on her? Why does she not show her chest at all? Which you might be thinking, Dominic, this this is a Lego set. This is meant for kids. Yeah, then tell me, why does Black Widow have skin showing on her? She has a very low cut design, and she's showing cleavage. Felicia Hardy's way more promiscuous, we could say, than Black Panther. Not Black Panther, what am I talking about? Black Widow. And her figures have cleavage. So, just saying. So, those are the main reasons I'd want this set. And then you just get, you know, you get a Spider-Man figure. Spider-Man set. Can't forget a Spider-Man figure. Comes with the web. He's got great printing. Just all around great. All the figures are just great for this. So next, let's cover the builds. First, I'm going to cover this one in a little bit more depth. It's basically like him bursting through the concrete and the sidewalk with sand, which I guess there could be sand in the sewers, but it's a comic book, so. Next, we'll look at the taxi itself. Yes, the set comes with a taxi, and it's a pretty nice little build. I just messed it up a little bit, but it's a pretty nice little build. I'm a pretty big fan of this. I mean, it fits one, maybe two characters, so not exactly a functional taxi, because unless you want to go out of business. But yeah, it's a pretty good little car. And next, we have the best part of the set. You can fight me on it. The Spider Buggy. To the people that are saying, oh, Spider-Man doesn't need a go-kart or a buggy or a vehicle. Shut the fuck up, bro. He had one in the comics. This is homage to it. I saw people criticizing this set, but the people that made this set just obviously understand Spider-Man mythos and the lore. So they're cooler than you. Sorry, bro. Just sorry. I mean, obviously, he has webs, but also, you know, he's ran out of webs a lot, especially in the cartoons. I think. Maybe I don't watch a lot of Spider-Man cartoons because, you know, except for Spectacular Spider-Man. But I haven't watched him in a long time, but, you know, he runs out of web fluid, so, you know, and this is from when he was a millionaire or billionaire running Parker Industries, so, yeah, of course, he's going to experiment with new stuff to make his life easier. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of this stuff. Now, let's check out the Daily Bugle itself. I'm going to be doing this in sections, so let me take it apart real quick. I will cut back when I am done. Alright, welcome back. So now, first I'll be taking a look at this top section. This thing's going to be awful to take apart and put together, but I'm going to try my best. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. And I know this has been reviewed, so if anyone watches this, I'm really grateful. This is basically just something I want to do because, you know, I've always grown up on Lego reviews, and this is just something I like. I'm a big fan of Lego, even though I'm 20 now. I just turned 20. But, you know, I still like it. Still like this type of stuff. So, yeah, you can get a good look at the front. I love the way the Daily Bugle sign is built up. And then there's, well, let me just show you. There's like a awesome water tower. And the way that's built up just looks amazing. And then there's like this, I don't know what, antenna tower thing. And then there's this for display for Firestar, but if you wanted to use that for somebody else, like, I don't know, your Phoenix, if you had a Phoenix figure or someone else, you know, you can even go DC, whatever you want. You can just use that to display someone. And then these sections are removable at the front, and then they reveal some really cool, you know, little things. I can't really put too much lighting in here, but I hope you can see this. There's like a little TV with JJJ broadcasting stuff. It's just actually the same on the front of the building, so I'll just show you that. But it shows JJJ talking about a clone epidemic, and then it shows Scarlet Spider, Miles Warren, and then Kirk Connors. So, as you can see, there's like a little geode back there on the desk, some trophies, a cup. There's a little file cabinet. There's a nice built-up desk that I can actually take out and show you how that's built up. It's built up pretty nicely. There's a little computer, and there's a bunch of wireless, like, keyboards in this. I wish we would have gotten at least one wireless mouse, but wireless keyboards work too. And then on this side, there's also another desk with a wireless keyboard, and then there's a little screen right there, and I love the way this desk is built up. And then there's an elevator, and then, as you can see, there's a fire escape, which is built up all along the side. And then there's a little nest, using one of those, like, feather pieces for Kraven the Hunter, from Kraven the Hunter, and then there's, like, a little, air conditioning unit. And then you can see the back of this water tower all built up, and there's a little Miles graffiti and a Green Goblin graffiti right there. If you can see that. And then there's another JJJ sign, which is pretty cool. And then, yeah, so that's this building. There's actually also this thing you can put the spider buggy on, which I don't want to do that right now because that's a little bit, I just don't want to do that right now. It takes a little bit of work, and I'm trying to do a review. So let's just try to get this put back together, and then I will cut to the next one in a second. Alright, so here is one of probably the most exciting builds to build for the whole thing, because it's not as tedious. This whole build is pretty tedious, though, so I don't really want to act like none of it's tedious, because it's pretty freaking tedious. It's hard to build up all of those windows sometimes. I had to do this over the course of a day, because, you know, I have a pretty bad back, and it's just hard to sit up for as long as I was. So, this window is pretty cool. It's all smashed through by the Green Goblin, which is really cool for display purposes, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it like that. I think I might build up the window just regularly, because I just kind of want a regular Daily Bugle, but I get it if you wanted to keep it smashed through. I might just keep it smashed through, because that's still pretty cool. And then you have Peter's office, which is kind of bland, which is okay. you know, there's a printer in this room's even a lot cooler, so that's okay. There's a stack of newspapers behind here. You can see that. Stack of newspapers. And then there's a camera up there. There's a pizza box. There's a little spider up there. Let me just, you know what? Let's just do this. If I can. And there's a pizza box. There's a spider web. There's a nice built-up printer, if you can see that. That's pretty nice. There's boxes. And yeah, that's a pretty nice little thing. There's another fire escape. And then I love this. Everyone, I think, that I've seen review this loves this. Number one, there's a little post-it board, which is pretty cute build. Number two, if I can do this with my big human hands, you can actually put Spidey himself right there and recreate the meme, which is a pretty sick meme. If I can get it to work. There we go. The meme, but in Lego. So, I love this. I love it. You know, the outside's pretty similar. There's a door, a random door. I like the way these little lights are built up right here. They're pretty cute. And yeah, now we have this meme. All we need to do is get the Spider-Man pointing meme. Am I right, fellow memers? There's also, you know, the elevator, which is pretty nice. And yeah, I will cut to the next one. Oh yeah, okay. So here's the next part of the building. As you can see, there's like a billboard, visualized screen thing. I don't know what you call those. Showing JJJ pretty pissed off like normal. Nothing changed there. And then there's Professor Miles Warren. And then there's Kirk Connors. And then there's Scarlet Spider. Ben Reilly, as everyone knows. Hopefully we'll get a new Ben Reilly figure. Hopefully we'll get a freaking Kirk Connors and Lizards figure. And, I mean, I'm fine with the Miles Warren figure, too. Soon. And then it shows, like, a couple of the Sinister Six. And it says, villains promise to stop being bad guys. Can they be trusted? And then you also have, you know, a vote for Osborn thing. Which, hopefully that means we're getting an Osborn figure, too. And then you open that up, and then you get more office. So, yeah, there's the elevator continues. There's newspapers on the wall. There's a really cute build for a water dispenser thing that I love. There's a beer bottle over there by it. There's a really cute little, I don't know, like craft service desk with the cutest little coffee pot I've ever seen. That's the best build for a coffee pot I've ever seen. I love it. And then there's a plate of donuts. Is this a police academy? Just kidding. And then there's a little mug, another mug, a coffee cup. There's a stack of newspapers. There's newspapers plastered all around here. There's little screens up there, if you can see that. And then if you can get behind in there, let me show you what it looks like to be a minifigure for a second. Let me see if I can. And then you can see, like, there's a little office build in there. And yeah, it's a pretty good build. I mean, it's pretty tedious, like I said. A lot of this is tedious, which we'll get to in the end. But, I mean, it's Lego. It's going to be a little tedious, right? Alright, I will cut to the next one after I show you this. I almost forgot. You know, this continues up the side. Surprise, surprise. And then there's absolutely nothing on the back. I wish they could have added, I don't know, something. Or just leave the whole thing plain. One or the other. Would have been nice. Alright, and actually, you know what? I don't even need to cut. Because I'm just going to show you the final floor. Which is the ground floor. It says right there, the Daily Bugle, which is, most things in this is stickers, which is, you know how I feel about stickers. But I actually think I did a pretty good job putting the stickers on. There's cute little flower pots. There's a little fire hydrant, I believe, which I've usually seen them red or yellow in real life, so that's kind of weird to see a black one. That's pretty cool. There's a cute little newsstand that you actually put this girl in. And she sells newspapers. I'm just going to throw her in there real quick. Yeah, she looks great. Rip-Off MJ looks amazing in there. Alright. I forgot how I built this up. This actually builds up with clips. which I hate when they do that because clips are not sustainable, but it means I can take it apart easier and actually show you the newspapers and little postcards in there. We see a Fisk in there, which is really cool. Hopefully we'll get a Fisk minifigure, or like a big figure actually. More realistically, it should be. But yeah, that's really nice to see. I'm just gonna go around the back, just the outside, while we do this. So there's a little rat right there, a bunch of boxes. There's this, whatever this thing is. I think it's an electrical box, and it actually has pins in it, so you can actually do a modular thing, which is really cool. If you want to put this in your actual Lego city. There's a couple dumpsters which have food and shit in them, which I put some extra food in because I didn't need them for the build, so I was like, I'll just fill these to the brim. And then there's another little light. There's a little exit thing that says, there's graffiti on there. It says Eddie was here, and then I think that's a rhino. Seeing an Eddie Brock was here thing is just, they're teasing me. They're really teasing me with this one because we're getting lots of teases to future minifigures, hopefully. There's a little air conditioner with another bird on it. Then there's another one of those lights. There's also this little thing with a little backpack in it, which is really cute. There's a couple of these little things over here. Lots of barrels and baskets and shit. And then there's also actually this. You pull that out. And then it can be, you can, if you had like a rhino or somebody, you can make it look like they busted out. But also, you can kind of fit your fingers in there. And you can actually kind of see the newscaster. He's talking about Morbius, so hopefully we'll get a Morbius figure. I just love all the little nut teases that they're giving me in this. Kind of pee me off that we haven't gotten them yet. No, they just want to give us 15 different Spider-Men and... Ugh. Sorry, guys. Okay, and then as you can see, there's actually a cute little, I can show you. Actually, let me just pull these out. That'll be easier. If I can just pull these shoes out. There's a adorable little vending machine, soda machine build that's called Web Juice, which that sounds dirty as hell. But it's a cute little build with little soda cans in there, and I love builds like that. That's why I kind of regret missing out on the Quickie Mart, even though I'm not a Simpsons fan. But, you know, you live and you learn. I was a little kid when that came out. I was probably like 13 or some shit when that came out, so. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have kept it together anyway. So, you actually can't pull this bottom, like, front frame out, which sucks. So, it's going to be hard to let you guys see in there, but let me just do this. Maybe that'll work. Maybe if I do that, that'll work. So you can kind of see up in there. It's kind of hard to explain, but there's like a little security office, which, you know, cool to get. Really cool to get. But maybe they could have given us a freaking security guard, you know? But yeah, there's an actual door right in here. Wait. Oh yeah, it's a sliding door. I'm stupid. But yeah, that's pretty nice. Actually, now that I figured out how to put flash on this, I'm just gonna show the inside of here. That'll be kind of a cool perspective to see. Maybe. Maybe not, because I'm really bad at this. Yeah, fuck that. Oh my god. This is a disaster review, guys. I'm so sorry. But yeah, overall, I'm a big fan of this set so far. Let me actually put this back together real quick, and then I will key you guys in. So yeah, guys, I've built it back up and give you guys one last shot of it. One freaking magnificent shot. I love this set. It is so freaking tall. It is actually taller than my arm, which is, I mean, that's not saying much. I have short little bitch arms, but this thing is great. It's massive. It's got just a god tier selection of minifigures and little side builds. There's only 2 technically little side builds, but they're good enough to not detract away from the main build. But also, you know, this set, $300. I spent $300 on it, right? I don't feel cheated. Maybe a little bit because of all of the freaking window pieces. But, the Daily Bugle is windows. So, maybe I wish that it wasn't so tedious to build up. Maybe they could have used, like, bigger blocky pieces. But even so, that even though they didn't do that, I'm fine with that. Because I really love this build. It's not my favorite set that I've ever had, actually. And I don't buy Star Wars sets, so that's not gonna go to Star Wars set. But my favorite Lego set I've ever owned was actually the Stranger Things Buyer's House, because believe it or not, Stranger Things I'm a huge fan of that, and I'm probably a bigger fan of that than I am most Marvel stuff. I mean, I love this, but the build for that I loved the building process for that. This one kind of, I lost I was missing a lot of pieces for this. And it was hard to build some of the pieces because one time I was building the windows up and they just all exploded because I put a little bit of pressure on them, and I had to look around my room for like 30 minutes for some window pieces, which is yeah, I'm aware that was my fault. I'm stupid, but also you know it's a little bit tedious, like I said 15,000 times during this. But also, I wouldn't trade this for the world. I love this. This is like one of the best things I've ever owned. And I own a lot of cool stuff. Well, that's not true. I own a lot of stuff that I love. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you again. I love this. Spider-Man would be proud, I think, and so would Daredevil. Spider-Man's still in the building, so I can't really take him out and put him in the final shot, but these guys will suffice. So yeah, I love this, and I love you guys. Thanks. Bye.